Things are getting interesting. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a slow start, but I promise you it picks up in this video. So sit back, relax, and get ready to immerse yourself in the world of Mark Millar with The Ambassadors, issue 3 and 4. We begin our adventure in France, the city of love, but there is not much love because our story takes place between a mother and her son. You see, her son is living a terrible life. His father is a deadbeat who is constantly on TV, so he sees him every time. He's getting bullied by the Warhammer kids, and his mother found that he was trying to get a gun to put them down. He was going in a dark path, so she wanted to save him by giving him some light. This is exactly why she put her name in to become a hero. She wanted to be the inspiration that will save her son from this dark path. And thankfully, her voice was heard. So a few nights later, she prepared a special dinner and tried to tell her son, but he didn't believe. So she told him to turn the dial on the clock, and he did. And a special secret chamber opened up with a pole, allowing both of them to slide down. You see, she had built them a secret lair, changing into her superhero suit. She also got a wristband for him because he was going to be her sidekick. Paris and France. I don't know what she did to get this base, but gosh, it was tricked out. Also including a supercar, it could fly, drive on water, and change its form. This was awesome. Technology advanced enough to hack everyone's phone and find out that a buy was going down in this factory, and they planned to stop it. Jumping through, they were surrounded, but they had powers. One of the criminals decided to open fire, but they had force fields up. And her son, the little demon, unleashed hurt on all of them, making sure to bind them so they wouldn't escape, tying them in a pretty bow for the police. When they came, they saw them there with a message that said, "With my compliments." This was what the knights were like. They would go out, do some good, save some families, enter a burning building and save some more families. They were having the time of their life, and her son was starting to see the good in the world. But before they could call it a night, they got an alert, a runaway train. They had the help. Utilizing their self-evolving car, they planned to use the car to slow down the train, but the train was coming in too hot. So she downloaded super strength and tried to stop it. The combination of both her strength and the car stopped the train. This was a good day. A mother has saved her son from going down a dark path, but from the shadows, someone was watching. From the shadows, someone was unhappy. Why did they have powers they do not deserve? Back at HQ though, Korea decided to make it clear that they didn't accept them into this program because of her letter no. Her son already vouched for her. He wasn't as dark as she thought because he still believed in his mother. But when she went back to work, she got the exact same offer given to India. "My name is Vera, and I have an offer you cannot refuse." While this was going down, another member was about to be found. This person was from Rio, and as we know, Rio is a very dangerous place. And on this lovely night, we start our story with the corpse and the father of this whole city, the most respected leader. Their community was frustrated at the death of young men. He was trying to convince that young man to follow a better path, but he was gunned down. And the thing is, they all knew who did it. It was the police. You see, the police in Rio, right here, right now, were the mobsters that controlled the whole city. But everything was going to change with one text. The father had been accepted into the ambassador program. But at that moment, another bloodbath was about to happen. We see another corpse in front of a building, and the guards pulled it in so nobody else would see, only for them to realize that wasn't no corpse. This was an attack, and she was ready to take heads. Unbeknownst to the boss, he didn't know what was happening till the lights went out. Gunshots ringing all over the corridor. He knew he was under attack. She was coming. He called for his guards, and she was ready for them. Like John Wick, she sensed them coming from the opposite wall and bashed the wall, bullets piercing their flesh from the walls they used for protection. She had him dead to right, and she made a simple statement. "You are no longer a boss. You could either die right here, right now, or come and be a butler, your wife and kids, the maid." And he said, I understand, because he didn't want to die. He would rather serve. And we see that he was a really good servant. But Marcel's mission wasn't done. She was supposed to go warn the priest to stop speaking out against the police, or else they would send her to put him down. But he was an idealistic man. He was never going to turn his back on his people. And so she left, knowing what she would have to do later on, while he was teleported to Antarctica to meet the team. You see, he was a man of faith. He didn't believe in just abilities could change the world, but he had a selection to pick from. He could make a real difference. Look at the sky. All those lights you see moving are people we have gifted abilities, saving lives as we speak. You could be one of them, but he needed time to think. So he went back home and spoke to his family. He spoke to his wife, and she told him, bruh, you need that because they're definitely going to send assassins to take you out. And she was right, because at that moment, yeah, he was about to get killed because Shorty got the call and she really didn't want to do this. You see, she was raised like this, but she didn't believe in it. She wanted to do the right thing. She was just raised in a town and a city that didn't love her back. The gangs used to overcharge her and her family for utilities. Now, the police are doing the same. She really wanted to do the right thing, but now she was being forced to take out the one man that wanted what was best for their people. She didn't want to do it. She straight up told him, don't turn around. I don't want to look at your face when this goes off. But he was a man of faith. He has always been a man of faith. He assures her, you would never hurt me. And I promise you, this ends tonight. We see a bright light, and then we move to the boss's house. He was having the time of his life while his people suffered, living like a king. And then the lights went out. He heard a loud voice speaking to him, telling him to leave his house or he will die. He didn't believe it until he looked outside and saw all his supercars getting crushed like sandpaper. He took his family and he ran. Once a king, now on the streets. His voice kept counting down like the wrath of God. And when he reached one, he kicked the mansion like a soccer ball. Or should I say, she kicked the mansion like a soccer ball. Brazil is here. And we're eradicating the cancer of the city. The city saw progress. She had done good. The team, the ambassadors, were doing good. But, as usual, from the shadows, some people were not happy with this. The rich were not happy with this. We see a private meeting being held between the wealthy. They were accepting people into a new cult they had created, offering them powers, the same powers the ambassadors had access to. But the new recruit had concerns. He was concerned about the ambassadors. Wouldn't they try to stop them? Wouldn't Chong, aka Korea? But as soon as he said that name, the boss cracked the table in half. You see, this was Chong's ex. He had gotten a younger body as well, and he assured him they would be dealt with. Ooh, it's about to get crazy.